it's used legitimately. The way to use it is a mirror. The Torah is something for us to look into to find the sin in our life. If we look into Torah and it says that if we break something of our brother's, we need to replace it. And we know we broke something, but I borrowed my buddy's tools the other day and I broke it and I didn't replace it. Well, then I know that I have sin in my life. Because I'm using Torah to look at myself. So, but now wait a minute, because no lesson that I ever got from Yahweh ever really felt good. It was a good result, but it didn't feel good. So, the next verse. So, we know Torah is good if it's used legitimately. Knowing this, Torah is not laid down for the righteous, but for the lawless, the unruly, the wicked, the sinners, the wrongdoers, the profane, those who kill their father and mothers, for murderers, for whores, for sodomites, kidnappers, liars, perjurers, and whatever else is contrary to sound teaching. Now, if Torah is a mirror, who's that talking about? That's talking about me. So, that's talking about me? Wrongdoer, laws? Yep. That's what it's talking about. So, let me sum all this up. How do you know? How do you use that mirror? So I don't want to give you knowledge without giving you practical use for it. How do you use the mirror of Torah? Now this is the freedom that came to me. Because it's so easy to use this mirror. Here's how you use it. Whatever you say, whatever you do. Remember the man that came to Yeshua and he said, what is the greatest command? He said, love Yahweh with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commands hang all the Torah and the prophets. So, if you want to know how to use that mirror, whatever Ronnie just said to Isaiah, did he say it? In saying that, was he loving Yahweh or loving his neighbor? If he wasn't, then he's walking in his flesh. If he was, then he's walking in the Spirit. That's all. It's that simple. We have sages and rabbis and scholars that have been hundreds of years studying this stuff, and I just solved it in 30 seconds. You want to know how to keep Torah? Love Yahweh. Love your neighbor. Have a nice day. Class dismissed. So you see what I'm free from now? Now, let me explain this. I said Torah is a mirror, not a window. For the last 15 years, I've used Torah as a window. Because, I've been reading Scripture. This is just an example that is in my mind, and I've used it 20 times now. So I'm just going to keep using it. Well, that's the deal. So, I read the Scripture that says, women, don't adorn yourself with silver and gold and braided hair and all that, right? Right. So, I looked at my wife and my daughter through that window of Torah, and I said, y'all aren't allowed to wear your jewelry anymore. Don't wear jewelry anymore. So, looking through the window of the law, all that did was make me judgmental. It just made me unrighteous. exactly opposite of what the Torah is supposed to be used for. It's used to show you your sin so you can be free from it. Mm-hmm. But instead, it was enslaving me. It was making me judgmental and not a good leader of my family. You know, I told Ryan when he was young, you know, or even not in the too distant past, you don't need to watch this movie because this movie is blah, 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 blah. When I should have encouraged him to look into Torah and ask the Father to show him if this movie was righteous and okay for him to watch. Instead of me sitting there, that's my whole thing. For 15 years, I've been doing this. I've been wagging my finger at everybody. The people that I love. I've been wagging my finger at them. When the whole time, I was supposed to be wagging it myself. You see. So, I'm just, I can't describe how gratifying that the Father has freed me from, I've always said, we've always said, people have said Torah is bondage and blah, 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 blah. No, it's not. Well, I made it bondage to myself because I put myself in handcuffs. Because I made myself guilty by wagging my finger at everybody. When I'm only supposed to be looking at myself and talking. So, now after 15 years, I've been free from that person. And, we got to use the example, we got to use that knowledge this morning. Because Michelle asked me, in the light of using Torah as a mirror, how do you and I correct each other? Because, sometimes, she'll say, well, just this morning she said, your volume's a little too loud. And so, but, she says if we're supposed to be looking at ourselves and finding the sin in ourselves, then how do we correct each other? And I said, just by that test. By you telling me I needed to turn my volume down. Were you loving Yahweh or loving your neighbor? You sure were. So you were doing right. You were committing a righteous act. So, but you see, that question caused that conundrum. Yeah. But look how easy it is to solve. In correcting me, was she loving Yahweh and loving her neighbor? She sure was. That's simple. So, I just encourage all of us, if we have come into this walk and taken on the responsibility, the task, or dare I say burden, of keeping these laws. Stop it. Be free from that, because, doesn't that contradict his word? Because he said, my burden is easy and my yoke is light. He did. Keeping Torah is not easy. But loving Yahweh and loving my neighbor, that's pretty easy. And in doing so, we fulfill Torah. Amen.